Hello darlings, and welcome to the first video in the 2018 Fashion Mumblr Spring Edit. So as you probably know, if you've watched any of my recent videos, spring is my favourite season by a long way. I just adore everything about it. I love the fashions. This year in particular, there are so many trends that are so up my street. So every single year here on my YouTube channel, I say every single year, for the past 3 years, I have marked the arrival of spring with a Fashion Mumblr spring edit. So I do a series of videos, usually 5 videos, dedicated to spring, and this is the first of the 2018 spring edit. So coming your way very soon, we have a whole host of amazing spring content, including hauls, we've got a makeup routine, I've got spring basics, loads of really fun videos. So please make sure you are subscribed to my channel if you're not already, so that you don't miss out on any of the upcoming spring edit videos. Today we're going to be talking about getting your wardrobe ready for spring, and I'm going to be showing by example. I'm going to be getting my very own wardrobe ready for spring. I did this video last year as well. It was a spring wardrobe update, but since then I now have a walk-in wardrobe room. You guys might have seen the video where we built this and my recent closet tour video. So basically I'm going to be having a bit of a clear out. I probably won't be getting rid of too much stuff because I tend to clear things out little by little and all the time. So if there's something that I notice that I haven't worn in a while, then I will tend to take it to the charity shop straight away. So it might not be too much of a clear out. But what I do is keep my seasonal items in the wardrobe or in the loft. So I have got a couple of suitcases behind the door. That is the clothes that I bought and packed away from last spring summer, so I'm going to be looking through all of those. But first of all, I'm going to be clearing away, putting up in the loft all of the really deep winter things, which I don't think I'll be wearing until hopefully October, November time. So that's going to be things like hats and gloves, thermals, any really wintry coats, really wintry jumpers, things like that. So yeah, that's the first thing I'm going to do, pick out any deep winter things and pack them away into storage. So let's do it. Alright, so I'm going to get started with my shoes. Here is where I keep most of my shoes. I'm going to take out any that are really wintry, any really wintry boots, things like that. Things that hopefully I won't have to wear in the next couple of months, and they are going to go into the loft for storage. There are also some spring shoes that are already here, so it's not going to be a case of taking them all out. I'm really going to be quite selective as to what stays and what goes up into storage. So I've taken out a lot of the shoes which are really wintry, for example boots like this, which have got a fluffy lining and a big wintry sole, and then I've also taken out loads of my black ankle boots. I feel like black ankle boots are a real staple in an autumn wardrobe, but I don't wear a lot of black, and I definitely don't wear much black in spring, so these can safely go up into the loft. What I have done actually is separate this into 2 piles. So I've got the pile here of shoes which I'm keeping and that I think I will love next season, and then I've actually got a pile of shoes which I'm going to sell. I'm trying to think the best way for me to sell them. I don't really like eBay because I find it just too much of a faff, but I have got a date in the diary for a clothing sale in London. If any of you guys watching would like to come to that, I will leave the information down below. It's going to be in the next couple of weeks, so if you want to shop my wardrobe, I'll leave the information for that down below. For example, I've got shoes like this, my Valentino dupes. I don't think I'll wear those next year. They were very affordable. Actually they've worn really well. I've worn them a couple of times, but they certainly don't show any signs of wear. But I don't think I'll love those so much next year. My Chloe Susanna dupes, I very rarely wore these actually. I bought them because they were amazing dupes, but I've got my beige coloured ones which are real, so I don't really find myself reaching for the dupes very often at all, so I'm going to sell those. And then I've also got some boots from Kurt Geiger, Topshop. Basically I just have far too many black ankle boots, so a lot of these are going to go in the bag for my sale. Things that I'm selling are going in this big bag. I got this from ASOS. I've got a few of them. They are really handy. I'll leave these bags linked down below. If you're doing any clearing out, then I highly recommend picking up a few of these. So it's out with the old and in with the new. These are some shoes that I have bought recently. I've previously been storing them in the spare room because I have been using them for filming, for hauls, etc. So I'll very quickly show you a few favourites. These ones from Topshop are probably my favourite shoes that I'm most excited to wear. They've got a gorgeous little round heel and they're basically pink mules, so very excited to wear those. Then we've got these ones from Misguided. I thought they were amazing dupes for Gianvito Rossi shoes. All of these I will leave linked down below in case you want to shop any of them, but they are really beautiful. They've got the Perspex transparent sides. They look identical to my Gianvito Rossi's but more comfortable because they have got an ankle strap. I mentioned in my What's New in My Wardrobe video these new shoes from Reiss, and I did say that I also have the last year's version, which are these ones. Actually, they've got a bit of Perspex on, kind of ahead of the trend there, but I wore these loads last year and this is basically the new season update. Then we've got some little flats from Topshop. I think these will be really good ones to take on our upcoming holidays. Some more sandals from Topshop. I think Topshop do really good quality shoes for very good prices, so I've picked up a few pairs of sandals from there lately. And then the last pair that I'm adding are these ones, also from Topshop. I think these will be really nice to wear with jeans and things like that. So those are my new shoes going in. If you've watched any of my hauls lately and you're thinking, what about those, what about those? Obviously when I do hauls, that is me unboxing things for the first time, so some things do get returned, but these are the majority of the shoes which I have kept from my recent haul videos. So next I'm going to move on to the following door, and that's where I keep my over-knee boots. Now I will wear over-knee boots in the coming weeks and months I think, but some of them are very wintry, like black ones, so I think those can definitely go up in the loft. So as you can see, I have rather a lot of over-knee boots. I literally have so many over-knee boots. I absolutely love them. I think I'm going to use this as an opportunity to clear some out though. What I very often do for research sake is buy dupes of shoes that I already own. For example, I have got the Stuart Weitzman. Where are they? Which are the actual Stuart Weitzman ones? Here we go. I have got the Stuart Weitzman brown over-knee boots, and then I also bought these ones, which are from, I have not even worn these. Like, that's ridiculous. These ones I think are from Ego, and then I've got another affordable pair. I can't remember where these are all from, but I will leave them linked down below. So I have 3, if not 4 pairs of brown over-knee boots, which I just do not need. Obviously I'm going to keep these Stuart Weitzman ones, so these are going to go back into the wardrobe, and because they're brown I think I could definitely wear them in spring as well. My leather boots from LK Bennett, I've been wearing these so much lately. I think these are perfect spring boots, so they're definitely going to go back in as well. This pair of over-knee boots, which is a pair of dupes, I don't think I'll wear these because I will always reach for the Stuart Weitzmans instead, so I'm going to put those in the pile to sell. Next to my Tory Burch ones, really like these. I didn't actually wear them that much over the winter because I bought them in the January sales, midway through January. These are a nice light grey, so I think they'll work for spring as well, so I'm going to pop those back inside. Another pair of dupes. These are actually not the best quality. I don't know if you can see there on the zip. It's just not particularly well finished, so I'm going to put these in the pile to sell. These ones from Karen Millen are quite possibly my favourite over-knee boots. They are grey, they are so comfortable. I find they go with so many things, and I'm not ready to put them in the loft yet, so they're going to go back in the wardrobe as well. These are the exact same boots but in brown. They are the 2016 version. I think the brown is more autumnal, so these are going to get ready to go into storage. And I'm also going to put my black Stuart Weitzman over-knee boots into storage as well. Keep my Zara ones because I love those, and sell my black Stuart Weitzman dupes. Okay, so the next section I'm going to tackle is this section here, which is where I keep my long coats. I'm going to keep a few in here because it is only the very beginning of spring, so the temperatures aren't quite the warmest, so I'm going to keep a couple just in case we do have any really chilly days, but I'm going to put any that are really dark colours, ones that are really autumnal or really wintry, into storage. So let's do it. Once again, I've separated my coats into 3 different piles. I've got the pile over here which is ones that I'm going to be putting in the loft for storage, a few coats down here which I'm going to sell. I'm going to get rid of my Topshop teddy bear coat. I absolutely love this, wore it so much in the winter, but I feel like this is a trend that may not come back, so that's going to go into the bag for selling. Equally, I've got my pink fluffy coat from Topshop. Oh, I don't know whether to sell this or not, but I do have something quite similar from Revolve. I think I'll probably try this one and the Revolve one on and then decide which one I prefer to keep that. And then I have got a lot of trench coats in my wardrobe. One that I absolutely adore is my Kate Spade one in this pile somewhere. Not Kate Spade, Ted Baker. And I've also got one that I love from River Island. So I'm actually going to get rid of this one from Karen Millen. I do love it, but I actually don't wear much silver, and this has got silver studs on it. So that just kind of is my one reason for making this the one that I do get rid of. This I probably will list on eBay because I think it's actually fairly new season, and I think I could probably get a little bit more for it on eBay than at my clothing sale. So yes, that's gonna go online. As for the coats that I'm keeping, there are a few spring coats here already. I did bring down a suitcase full of spring coats about 4 weeks ago when this wardrobe room was just finished, because I was finding that I wanted to start wearing a lot more lighter colours. So some of these, for example, actually this Burberry I got from Vista Village a couple of years ago, used to be my dog walking coat. Still really good if you, that sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? I wear a Burberry coat dog walking, but it's like one of these waterproof materials, and it does, after a few years, it is looking a bit scruffy now. So yeah, very fancy dog walking coat. This is the Ted Baker trench coat I was telling you about. Really love this one. It's got black piping, amazing lining, as you so often get with Ted Baker. So this is going to be my token trench coat in my spring wardrobe. This coat from River Island I loved so much throughout the winter, and because of its light colour, I think it'll be really good for those chilly spring days that we have, so I'm not ready to put this one into storage yet either. This coat is actually a couple of years old. It is from Reiss. I recently picked up this Reiss coat from the dry cleaner after having it in storage for a while. Reiss bring back this style of coat. It's a trench style coat in its shape, but then it's got this cape detail at the back. It does have a waist belt here, but instead of like a creamy trench coat colour, it's more like a lilac, and I absolutely love it. Got this a couple of years ago, but they do have something very, very similar this year. They tend to bring back their most popular pieces year after year with a few little design changes, so I'll leave this year's version linked down below, but I haven't worn this yet this spring, but very excited to do so. This is another one that I absolutely love this winter, but I think it's just so gorgeous that I'm not quite ready to put it away for the season, so this is going to go back in the wardrobe. Equally with this one from Karen Millen, again a couple of years old, but this is my go-to on really, really cold days. If I'm doing any long days out of the house, if it does happen to snow again, the weather here has been crazy, then this is the one that I will reach for. This is a new one from Reiss. You guys will have seen me wearing this a lot on my Instagram lately. Another one from Reiss from last year that again they have a similar version of this year. This has actually got a mark on it, so I'm going to pop that in a pile to go to the dry cleaners. The one that I've been living in non-stop, again from Reiss, going straight back in the wardrobe. My River Island trench coat, love it, going back in. And then this one from Ted Baker, again you might have seen this one on my Instagram. This is very much for like special occasions, any weddings, that kind of thing. So yeah, absolutely love this one, going straight back in. Next, I've just pulled all my handbags down from this top section. I've got a few black bags which I definitely won't be using in the springtime, such as this big one from Kate Spade, and then I've also got my big Mulberry Cecily bag, which has got a few lighter coloured bags inside. So I think what I'm going to do is keep these lighter coloured handbags. We've got my very, very practical Tory Birch tote, and then inside it is my Saint Laurent tote bag. This one here, you might remember it if you've been watching my channel for a while. These are both really handy bags for the springtime, so they're going to go back up here. Also my Kate Spade Baby It's Cold Outside tote. This is a very wintry bag, but because it's just a big bucket bag, I find myself using it so much. Like if I just need to grab a load of things together to stay overnight at mum's house, then this is the bag I always reach for, so I'm going to put this back up there as well. This is my first ever designer handbag, my Mulberry Bayswater, looking a little bit sorry for itself. I might try to find something to stuff this with to store it a bit better. And then I've got an everyday bag, my Michael Kors satchel bag. This is going to go at the top there as well, because I can definitely wear this in springtime as well. hyperlapses. I have just cleared out one more section of the cupboard. It's getting really weird and echoey in here. And then I've also done my drawers down here. It's got to get messier before it gets tidier. So at the moment I am surrounded by piles of clothes. I've got my clothes to sell in this box, this bag rather. So what I think I'm going to do is actually label this as clothes to sell in autumn, because I don't think anyone's going to be wanting to buy tracksuit bottoms, jumpers and coats at this time of year. So what I'm going to do is label this up and get it out in maybe October time and sell it then, because yeah, no one's going to want to buy winter stuff now. So that's going to go into storage. And then I've got these piles down the back here. These are things that I'm going to be keeping, so I need to put these in suitcases ready to store for the spring and summer. Get those out again in September, October time. So what I'm going to do now is get my 2 suitcases which have got my last year's spring summer things in. A lot of pieces are probably going to need washing or steaming, and I'm going to decide which I'm going to be keeping, which I am going to be getting rid of. I did actually do this system last season where I put stuff that I knew I wanted to sell in a separate bag, so I'm not going to go through all of those bits because they can pretty much go straight to a charity shop or straight to a clothing sale. But let's have a rummage through the bits that I decided that I would want to keep for this spring summer. Got the majority of my spring clothing out of the suitcases. Once again, I am surrounded by piles of clothing, but in my head this is all organised. I did mention in a recent What's New in My Wardrobe video that I do have some spring investment pieces from previous years that I was going to kind of reevaluate and see if they were still, in my opinion, timeless classics worth investing in. So I thought I would show you very quickly a few spring investment pieces or just general wardrobe investment pieces from previous years, and I'm pleased to say that most of them, in fact all of them, I'm still keeping. It's actually just high street pieces which have gone in my pile of things to sell. I've got this t-shirt from Ted Baker. I remember loving this when I bought it last year. It's got lace sleeves, and then other than that it's quite thick. Feels like silk, but it's actually, I think, polyester t-shirt with a v-neck. Goes with so many things and I love it. Then I've got a few of these silk tops from Reese. This one I've had for about 3 years in a grey colour, and then this one I've got in pink. I also have it somewhere in white as well. And then a couple of these silky camisole tops. These ones are the sleeveless ones. This white one is a really thin silk, and then the pink one is a little bit thicker. It's actually missing a button on the back, so I'm going to put that in my pile of things to do. These ones I have just steamed. Obviously silk gets creased very, very easily, especially when it's been in storage for a few months of the year. And I have been using this snazzy gadget. I'm going to bring you a bit closer because it's still plugged into the wall. This is my new Philips Steam and Go Plus, it's called. I was actually sent this very kindly from Philips a couple of weeks ago. So I'm just putting it to good use, and I have to say, very impressed. I do prefer steaming my clothes to ironing them because I never can be bothered to get out an ironing board and actually iron things, whereas this I can just store in my bedroom, and if I'm going to wear something, just very quickly flick it on and then steam it. Takes a couple of seconds, takes like just under a minute for this to warm up, and it's obviously really, really tiny, so great for very quick steaming sessions. I do have quite a pile of things here behind me that still need steaming. The downside with the Philips steamer is that it's only got quite a small water barrel. This is where the water is, obviously that's what keeps it tiny, but it means that after maybe 5 items I have to go to the bathroom and fill it up again. So I'm going to use my old steamer, the big one, just to go through these last few pieces. But then, to be honest, I think I'm going to put my big steamer in the loft because it's very rare that I have to do more than 2 or 3 pieces at one time. Usually I just steam the outfit that I'm going to wear that day, or if I'm doing a video then I'll steam a few pieces before showing you guys on the rail. But yeah, it seems pointless to have my ginormous steamer taking up loads of room in my bedroom when I can just have this in the cupboard. So I'm going to do the last few pieces with my big steamer, and then that's going to go up in the loft. Something else else that's good about this Philips one is that if you're not pressing this button here, it's not actually puthering out steam, whereas this item behind me, it's constantly puthering out steam whether I'm actually steaming food or not, so it's a little bit more wasteful, whereas this is just, yeah, very impressed. I will leave a link to this down below because I think this might just be my new favourite wardrobe gadget. This is my Karen Millen dress that I wore at Wimbledon last year, and I wore at loads of different events throughout the summer. Very excited to be wearing this one again, so yeah, this is another investment piece that I will definitely still be wearing this year. See what I mean? This just continually hovers, and now my room is like a steam room. On with the steaming, so I'm going to put a lot of these pieces back into my wardrobe now. So again, I'm going to show you a few more of my like previous year investment pieces. These are a beautiful pair of plain white Reese shorts. I got these last spring. These featured in my spring, I think I called the video Spring Wardrobe Essentials, but it was basically a spring lookbook. Love that video. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll leave it linked on the screen and down below, so definitely go and check that out. But these essentially are just a plain pair of white shorts, so I'll definitely be wearing those again this spring and summer. And then I've got a couple of white shirts. Again, these are all pieces from Reese. I find with Reese I tend to go for the really classic pieces, so I do wear them year after year. This is a very long white blouse, and it's got a waist belt, so you can wear this over legging like jeans, or you could even wear it over shorts, things like that, and I just find it super flattering. And a white shirt is basically a wardrobe essential. I do have a slightly fancier white shirt as well. This one's got ruffle detail on the collar, can you see that? Again from Reese. All of these pieces I just wouldn't wear if I didn't have a steamer, because I would almost be too scared to iron them. I hate ironing silk things. And then I've got a few more silk tops, plain white t-shirts with a silk front, and then again more of a vest style. So lots more investment pieces that I've picked up over the years from Reese. And then also a few from Club Monaco as well. These are some skirts that you might recognise. This one with the scalloped bottom, very excited to wear that again. And then this one here, which was not quite so easy to steam. This has got the scalloped asymmetric hem, but they fit my style so perfectly. So I'm going to put these all in the wardrobe now. I do have a pile of clothes here which I'm going to sell, and then a couple of dresses which are going to go in my wardrobe too. So it's time to fill my wardrobe up with spring pieces from previous years.
Searching all day long, try to be the perfect.
I've had to put the lights on because it's getting a little bit dark outside, so sorry if I have a weird lighting going on over my head. But now again we have reached the fun part, which is bringing the new things that I've bought recently into my wardrobe. So these bits you might recognise from recent hauls. I've got Reese is a very common theme here. I've got a lot of lovely spring classic pieces from Reese. I've got some River Island pieces, French Connection. So now I'm going to put these into my wardrobe, which has a little bit more space in it. But to be honest, this is probably the time of year. This and when I go from summer to autumn is when my wardrobe is really at its fullest, because I'm not quite ready to put all of my knitwear away for storage, because we do have the odd chilly day. But then I also have a lot of my spring summer stuff in my wardrobe. So if I show you inside here now, you can see it's a lot more full than it was to begin with, because I've got some really nice summery pieces like these kind of blouses, but I am not quite ready to put things like this, which is my cashmere polo neck, away. So I've got both, best of both in my wardrobe at the moment, but it's fine now that we have our lovely new walk-in wardrobes. I do have the luxury of the space to be able to do that. So yeah, time to fill it up with my new pieces, and then we are pretty much finished. Two new tops from Reese. You'll have seen these in recent haul videos. Got my lace one, and then this, which is definitely going to be the kind of thing that I wear year after year, with the little pearls on the sleeves. Other than that, plain t-shirt. So these are going to go in my main section. Then this lovely lace t-shirt from French Connection. Again, it's something I'll probably wear year after year, but I've already started wearing it this spring. Looking forward to getting some more use out of this one. This is a new one from River Island. It's very, very summery. It's kind of like a beach style top, broderie anglais with big kind of Spanish siesta flamenco style sleeves, but I don't want to forget about it for my next holiday, so I'm going to put this one in here anyway. A couple more classic pieces. I have got this t-shirt, which annoyingly I think I might have burnt with the iron. That is really annoying. I'm going to steam that, see if they come out. That is from Topshop, and then I've also got this lovely blouse, again from French Connection. Then I've got a couple of longer items. This is my pleated skirt from Reiss, and then these are my new lace trousers from French Connection. These live in a different section of the wardrobe, so I'm going to spin you around. If you saw my wardrobe tour video, you'll know that this is my kind of double height section. I've just swapped it around a little bit. All my skirts used to be at the bottom, but now I've got my longer skirts at the top, so there's a little bit more room for them. And then I've got shorter skirts down here at the bottom, and my trousers are on these kind of half height hangers. And then the final pieces to go in are some new dresses that I have from Club Monaco and from Reiss. Again, I keep my dresses in this part of the wardrobe because it is a little bit, it's got a little bit more space height-wise. So yes, these are officially moving in. So that is pretty much my spring wardrobe update complete. I will, of course, gradually, over time, replace a few things. As I mentioned, I do still have some thick jumpers, cashmere jumpers and things like that, that I'm not quite ready to put away in storage, but over time, as the temperatures do start to remain consistently high, I will, of course, put those away. And I do have a suitcase full of really kind of high summer pieces, like strappy vest tops, dresses, things like that, bikinis, that I don't need right now. It is still very early spring, but over time I will bring those into my wardrobe. But this and my spring summer switching to autumn winter are my two big wardrobe shifts of the year, so I'm really glad that I've got that done. I also think it's a really good thing to do to take stock of what you've got. It helps you to really know what's in your wardrobe, which of course helps you to put together outfits, and also helps you realise if you do have any gaps in your wardrobe. So if there's anything, any classic pieces that you're missing, it'll help you understand what you might need. So a really good thing to do at the beginning of a season. As I mentioned, I have got loads more videos on spring fashion coming very soon in the Fashion Mumblr spring edit, so make sure you are subscribed so that you don't miss any of those. Everything that I've spoken in detail about in this video will be linked down below, and I'll also leave the video which is the process of how we built our walk-in wardrobe with sharps. I'll leave that link down below as well. So yeah, basically just click show more for all the information you'll need. And that's all from me today. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know if you are planning on updating your wardrobe for spring anytime soon as well, and if you found this useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That's all from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I've been searching all day long, try to be